Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Friday's edition of the DCEU Daily. What a week for Hollywood. Will Smith and Ezra Miller not only shame themselves, but our beautiful, once beautiful industry. But it's gone far worse than that now. Because to distract from Ezra Miller's crime that he's been charged with, right? WB decided to leak information about the test screenings, multiple test screenings of The Flash. But it's not going to help them. The stuff about Ezra Miller keeps on coming out, and the more we hear, the worse it gets. But it gets even worse, ladies and gentlemen, and however else you identify as. Because this week, a DC movie director, the director of Shazam and Shazam Fury of the Gods, came out and actually said this out loud. I would never direct a Superman movie. I'd be too afraid because all the fans nitpicking and not liking what I do. Wow. We are now afraid to fail. We are afraid to make a Superman movie. In the same week, we're hearing rumours from test screenings of the Flash movie. Not only is Henry Cavill's Superman not in it, but when Flashpoint finishes and he goes back to Earth 1, there is no Superman. And he's replaced by a Supergirl. Supergirl was never created to be a replacement for Superman. She was supposed to be there by his side as a team, as two cousins who are united and find out that each other existed. It's a beautiful thing. And they've now turned it into an ugly thing. Is this where we are now? No Superman. Well, we've got the fabulous Superman and Lois over on the CW, which is, representing Superman in the right way, and it's great. But to subtract away a fantastic movie version of Superman doesn't make sense to me. What David F. Sandberg said was utterly embarrassing. And by the way, I think David could do a great version of Superman. He gave us a great version of Shazam, right? But he's too scared to fail. No, this is all coming from the studio. These people right now at WB Pictures don't want to make a Superman movie, and they're spinning the narrative out there to tell us why. It's the fans' fault. It's the consumers' fault that they're too scared to make a Superman movie. It's the consumers' fault that they hacked to death Henry Cavill, aka Superman's upper lip, in Justice League. It's always our fault, the kingmakers. Without us, they wouldn't even be in a freaking job. But it's always our fault. No Superman in the DCEU. Why would I or any other Superman fan consume anything, a DC shared universe that doesn't have Superman in it? I won't be. I won't be watching a Flash movie if it doesn't actually have Superman in it. I stand by what I said yesterday. I'm excited about this Final Crisis idea. The Flash movie sounds pretty awesome. And I am a DC fan. And obviously it's a Flash movie. Superman shouldn't have to be in a Flash movie, but everyone else freaking is. They've got two Batmen in this movie. So it's all about context, people. Two Batmen and no Superman. How can that be a thing, everyone? Let's go back in history. Superman was created in 1938. He then he had his own dramas on a radio station, radio dramas. One elderly person many years ago told me it was the theatre of the mind. Superman expanded people's minds and hearts. Then there was George Reeves' Superman television show. And then there was Superman the movie and 3 other Superman movies. Then there was Superboy, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Smallville, which, lit the blue touch paper and changed everything in terms of live-action superheroes on television. Then we had Bryan Singer's Superman Returns. Not everyone's cup of tea, but it's there. It's good. It's solid, right? And then we had Man of Steel, a great Superman movie. Not for everyone, but a lot of people love that movie. It did okay in the box office, right? And now they don't want to get involved with Superman on film. How can this be a thing, everyone? I'm told as I go live every evening that Superman's not relatable, Superman's too powerful, Superman's this, Superman's that. Oh, by the way, I'm a Flash fan. Oh, by the way, I'm a Zatanna fan. I can just like you love your characters, right? I love my character, Superman. I don't care if he's been around for years and he's had so much live action media. I want you to get the stuff in live action that you want, and I want Superman to be there because this guy, written and directed properly, could be an awesome superhero. And he's my superhero. So I want him to continue being in live action. And to hear, after Flashpoint, after a reboot of the DC Extended Universe, a shared DC universe, that no Superman will exist, right? That's what we're being told. We do not know if this is true, right? It may not be true. Well, none of it really matters because we know that Henry Cavill has had separate conversations with David Zaslav and Discovery. David Zaslav has blatantly said when he comes in, his priority, and he said it to the press, he said it in a board meeting, that his priority in DC live action is Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. So how are these plans going to work? The truth is, right, the WB Pictures and the people running it are like a dog without a tail, right? They're constantly digging holes for themselves and then trying to dig themselves out of these holes. So at the beginning of the week, we heard about Ezra Miller and the despicable stuff he's been doing. Now, I don't know if he's got some kind of mental health problems, I've been there, I understand, but at the end of the day, you can't be, doing the stuff he's doing. So either he needs to get the help that he needs to be punished for his crimes, or he needs to be fired. We've got a pretty awesome Flash on television every week. His show may not be very good, but he's the best thing about his show. We're now hearing by scoopers, and by the way, the scoopers are the agents of this studio. They're leaking this with their permission to distract you and me from what Ezra Miller has done. Think about that for a minute. I've told you before, none of this content may even ever see the light of day because they can literally greenlight 100 projects. And Discovery and Zaslav can come in and say, no. We don't like it. It's not happening. What's the problem is, normally you would say, well, Mick, okay, maybe the Flash movie's under threat because maybe, Zaslav and Discovery won't be happy with their plans for rebooting the DCEU. But why are you trying to say that the other content is under threat of ever being seen as well? Because it's all connected to that Flash movie. Whatever changes in that Flash movie, those inherent changes will be canon in Batgirl. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Black Adam, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Everything's going to be canon in these movies. So all these people have worked hard. They've invested millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars on these movies. That may never happen because it's pretty dumb. I mean, when they started this multiverse strategy, okay, they probably didn't know. We're talking about a couple of years ago now. They probably didn't know there was a merger coming. They didn't. It wasn't even a thing. So they're in the middle of rebooting the universe, retooling the universe. And I was up for that. But saying no Superman in this new rebooted DC shared universe, how does that make sense? Anyone out there dare justify that to me? Dare, come on. Justify it to me how you can remove Superman from a shared DC universe. The first DC superhero, someone that means so much to millions of people around the world, because this is not just an issue of removing Cavill's Superman. If rumor is to be true, then it's not just Henry Cavill's Superman that's going to be removed, it's Superman in general. They're literally removing Superman and swapping him for Supergirl. Supergirl is a character in her own right. How can she replace Superman? It doesn't make sense. Now, I don't know if this is true, if this is just part of the Final Crisis arc. And if I'm, I said that yesterday and I hope I'm right there. But we're talking about this situation now. How we haven't seen anything in live action movies for Superman since 2017's Justice League. A calamity for Superman because of them, not because of the fans, not because of nitpicking angry fans, because they are creatively bankrupt. They made a bad decision interfering with Zack's work. They fucked up Superman, and then they blamed Superman and put him on the shelf. Then they fell out with Henry Cavill. He tried to pitch them some ideas, good ideas. They said no. They said no with malice, because that's the kind of people they are. So they shelved Superman, right, and they started having this issue with Henry Cavill because the guy dared to give his opinion. He dared to care about the character that he plays. Think about that for a minute. Then they announced they were doing 2 Supermen of color. So not Calvin Ellis, but a black Clark Kent, which is now not happening. The Val Zod thing, who knows? Because they're even scared to do that. That's how bad these people are. So now there's no Superman, apart from Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. And then you think to yourself, okay, well, everyone loves Tyler. At least when they reboot the DCEU and they're making Arrowverse canon, they're making everything canon, why can't Tyler be the new DCEU Superman? Now, I want Henry, I do. But if they hate Henry so much, at least give us a Superman. But they're not even going to do that. I mean, at least we've got Tyler's Superman. His show's just been renewed for a 3rd season. I'm very, very happy with that show. I don't have an issue with Tyler or any of the people on that show. It's great. I love Superman. I want Superman to be out there. And on Superman and Lois, Superman is being represented in a cool, fabulous, fantastic way. At least he's on TV, right? But it isn't good enough. I've said this before on my channel historically. If Kevin Feige had the right to Superman, he would be everywhere. He would be represented and displayed in the right way, comic book accurately. There would be no issue because Kevin Feige understands. Kevin Feige would not be saying we're resting Superman, that Superman isn't relatable. He's not relatable in a modern era. You make him relatable. It's not difficult. It really isn't. It's not a conundrum. It's not a hard sum. It's not a maths times table. It's a character. Anyone could be made relatable. This is a pure-hearted guy. This is a story of an immigrant who comes to another country, right? That's what this is about. And he makes it his home and he protects the people of this land. It's like me being born in the UK, then moving here in Cyprus and making it my home and trying to kind of do my bit to make it a better place. That is what I'm talking about here, right? It's such a pure story. And in the world we live in today, making a story about the ultimate immigrant from another planet, I think is pretty relatable, right? I do. So to be a lazy, bankrupt company and send a director out there to say, I would never make a Superman movie because I'd be too scared to fail, is embarrassing on the director's part, because I don't think, David F. Sandberg, you would fail. As I say, you've done a great kid-friendly Shazam. So you could do a great, family-friendly Superman, which people are asking for, right? I wouldn't swap Henry's Man of Steel or BVS or Snyder Cut appearances. I wouldn't. But it's true. Superman needs to be for everyone, just like DC needs to be for everyone. So we've done that, and now we have to do something else. So I would understand if they kind of said, you know what? Henry's Superman is now tainted in the way Zack did him, more for an adult audience who wants a Superman in the real world, and maybe we should start again with another Superman. It would be sad, I would be disappointed, I would be upset, but at least they'd still be thinking of Superman. But not using Superman in a brand new DC shared universe, how is that even a thing? But what's even worse about this film, you've got fans celebrating the fact that this film treads in Man of Steel. a Superman movie that, according to test screenings, don't have Superman in it apart from some old Man of Steel stock footage. And then when we go back to Earth 1, there's no Superman, replaced by Supergirl. Why? But why are they going on? Why are they treading in this movie? To reassess what they did with that movie. They're doing something utterly toxic. They're treading on a director's movie and maybe even changing it. We already know that Zod kills the baby Kal-El. So they are changing to say that Superman never existed. I'm sorry, everyone, to disappoint you who's excited about this, but this is something that David Zaslav and Discovery will never, ever go for. Never in a month of Sunday. As I'll repeat to you, he said that Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman will be his priority. So how is that going to fit with what they're doing? It doesn't. 2 Batmen, but no Superman. I don't get it. I don't understand. Now, these rumours and leaks could be wrong because it could be out of context because they haven't seen the entire Flash movie. And if that's wrong, I'll take everything I'm saying back. But right now, we are working off the information we have. None of this makes fucking sense. So what they're doing is they're actually proving that to David Zaslav and Discovery that they don't deserve to be running WB Pictures. Warner Brothers is nearly a 100-year-old company. It's been around. We're talking about Bugs Bunny. We're talking about Superman the movie. We're talking about umpteen classic movies. This is the movie studio that allowed Oliver Stone to expose the American government in a film, in a biopic, one of the best biopics JFK ever made. They took that risk. But then they removed Zack Snyder because his movies were too dark. This is evidence, everyone, that these people don't deserve to be running this illustrious historical studio. So all we can do is cross our fingers that David Zaslav and Discovery come in, fire them, and do things the right way. We know that he's interested in Superman. We know that he's spoken to Henry Cavill. So things are going to change very, very quickly. And some people may believe things won't change. And maybe or maybe not, Zaslav may or may not restore the Snyderverse. We don't know that for sure. But I can tell you something for nothing, everyone. He's not going to allow a DC shared universe without Superman. So all these plans WB have been doing with a multiverse strategy could actually be futile. They may be taken down. They probably will be taken down. And then we go to the Flash delay. There's still no explanation from anyone. These scoopers haven't got any explanations. The agents, people like Casey Walsh, are the agents of the studio. Simple as that. Casey Walsh, a scooper, has blocked me on Twitter for ages now because I speak facts, because I understand how this industry works, right? The star of the Flash movie is arrested and charged for a crime. And then a day later, they're leaking test screenings and plot details about the Flash movie. Come on, everyone. I hope the people who subscribe to me and follow my channel are a little bit more intelligent than that and understand what's going on here. So thankfully, we're lucky that we're not going to be continued to be run by these creatively bankrupt, immoral people. You know, their list of crimes goes back a very long time. They've been doing bad things since 2017. They have to be removed. And David Zaslav and Discovery need to remove them. Because saying you're going to have a DC shared universe without Superman should never be a thing. In fact, you should be proud to work on Superman, and you should take your time on Superman to make him the best ever. Because this is a fabulous superhero with all the right morals. You know, this is the character that inspired me to at least try and become a better man. It doesn't mean he's made me a better man, but he's been my inspiration. Before I've ever done anything bad in my life, I thought about what would Cal do, what would Clark do. That's something that no parent can enact in a child. It is huge. He matters. We can make him relevant. All we have to do is 2 things. Try, and just don't be afraid to fail. This has been the DCEU Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again later on. Until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.